just off the strip here in Las Vegas. It is time for our main event of the evening. Here's Mauro Ranallo.
Thank you very much, Brian. What a night it has been, and we are culminating with the main event for the unified 154-pound crown as we look at the tail of the tape. And for Tim Tszyu, first fight in Las Vegas, first Australian boxer to headline a pay-per-view in America, looking to become the first Australian-born fighter to win a title in Las Vegas. For Fundora, well, his record in Vegas shines at 3-0. His last act, he overcame the first knockdown of his career to stop Erickson Lubin in the 2022 PBC Fight of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as Premier Boxing Champions presents the PBC pay-per-view featured bout of the evening, brought to you by TGB Promotions and the Rose Brothers No Limit Boxing in association with Samson Boxing and sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours, and Universal Pictures' Monkey Man, only in theaters this Friday. This unified championship is sanctioned by the WBC President Mauricio Suleiman and the WBO President Francisco Valcarcel, along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the Chairman Dallas Hahn, and the Executive Director Jeff Mullen. Introducing our three judges, scoring from ringside. From Nevada, Tim Tszyu. From Oklahoma, David Sutherland. And from New Jersey, Steve Weisfeld. Introducing our third man of the ring, the referee in charge of the action, Harvey Dock. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC and WBO 154-pound championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance, and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the red corner, standing at 6 feet 6 inches tall, entering the ring wearing black trunks with red trim, fighting out of and representing the outstanding boxing family from Coachella, California. He weighed in at already 152.8 pounds with a record of 20 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. He has 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the all-action and acclaimed world-ranked super welterweight contender. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the popular former WBO interim super welterweight title holder, known as the Towering Inferno, introducing Sebastian Fundora. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, joining us from Sydney, Australia. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 152.8 pounds. He is undefeated in his tremendous campaign in the ring with a record of 24 wins, no losses, 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, in his Las Vegas debut, he is making the second defense of his title in his attempt to unify the titles. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome boxing's pride of Australia, the popular and undefeated, reigning and defending WBO Super Welterweight Champion of the World, introducing the Soul Taker, Tim Tszyu. Once again, our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Harvey Dock.
Okay, boxers, both trunks are good. You received my instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
The main event, PBC pay-per-view, T-Mobile Arena, and here's a CompuBox stat that should make fans salivate. 86% of Tszyu and Fundora's combined landed punches per round are power shots. And we are set for Fundora's out of left field title shot, replacing the injured Keith Thurman. And here now Tim Tszyu facing the tallest puzzle of his burgeoning career, exploding and being elevated to full championship status, defending the title against common opponent Brian Mendoza in Australia late last year. Now coming to Las Vegas, looking to shine on the sport's biggest stage.
Trying to do exactly what a top fighter should do, is that reach.
He's got a built-in selfie stick for reach 80 inches. Meanwhile, Tszyu's been picture perfect, no filter required. With a nice counter right hand from Tszyu. He's known for his explosive counter punching, Joe.
He is.
And he's brilliant at moving. He's brilliant at moving forward on the attack and counter punching while moving forward.
He's so good at parrying punches.
Yes.
Parrying punches and blocking punches and slipping punches. If you can do those three things, you can penetrate.
Even there, Joe, he's taking that jab away from Fundora. Look at that.
He's staying on top of it. That's what you got to do. The one who wins the battle of the distance to the jab is the guy who gets the measurement.
Yeah, he combines the aggression with calculated tactics, the precision, the power, using the jabs, body shots, and combinations to control the match. But Fundora doing, as Abner alluded to, using that reach advantage, trying to gauge the distance with his stick, and Tszyu still finding a way to try to cut off Fundora and land some punches on the inside.
He's so patient before the attack. I mean, he's always plotting something, and you sense that you know, he's smart. He's taking that jab away. He's looking for Fundora to make a mistake and for him to counter.
And one thing, Joe, we've seen Tim Tszyu do, he's excellent in cutting off the ring, showcasing superior skills against defensive boxers, and has really emerged as one of the top body punchers in the sport. Oh! And that right hand popping Fundora's head back like a Pepsi dispenser. And the left hook right hand for Tszyu, and now finding the timing and finding the distance.
This is what he's great at. He's actually done a very, very high IQ when it comes to deciphering what to do there. And right now, he's really got a good bead on what he wants to do against Fundora.
Yeah, and it's all about timing now for Tszyu. He's just waiting for Fundora to lean in with that left hand for him to counter. Or once he gets that right range, let's go on that right hand, which is perfect.
Just beats him with the punch. Yeah.
Start here in this unified championship fight at 154. Nice left hand from Fundora, found the target.
Here's what you saw, Mauro, right here. This is the beginning of the round where Fundora just lays back and Tszyu just sneaks a right hand right up the middle on him.
And he put him right where he wanted him.
Yeah. He did.
He turned him, he knew where he was, and he let that right hand go. Tim Tszyu.
And you brought up something too as well.
Lito, tócalo, okay? One round by round. Beat him with a jab. Okay? Step tranquilo, don't stay too much on one now. Okay? You can step on your.
Good job.
Okay? Lean back. That's all, tranquilo. Sparring. Money up. All right? Y boca cerrada.
Family affair in both corners. Fundora's dad, Freddie, is his trainer. Tszyu's uncle, Igor, his trainer. Igor Golubov, who is married to Tszyu's dad's sister, and his grandfather and his mother have been such solid foundations for him throughout his life, and yes, has emerged from the shadows of his father, who was undefeated here in Las Vegas. But the headlines now belong to Tim Tszyu, coming in here with all kind of momentum and now going to the body with the right hand. And Fundora, Abner, still trying to establish the jab as you would expect him to do against a guy like Tszyu.
Yeah, he is, and he's trying. I like it, but he's pushing that jab. He needs to hurt Tim Tszyu with the jab. Make him more demanding. There it is. And again, don't just use it like that because Tim Tszyu is just going to be having fun with it. You know, he's just pushing it over.
Waiting to time him in there. Explodes again with another right hand, but a good counter by Fundora upstairs. And already we're seeing, though, that the heavier shots are coming from Tszyu.
They are, but, you know, look, Fundora's trying to, he doesn't have a real snap jab. He's got a measuring jab. That's what he's trying to measure him to bring that left hand either around or straight through.
The lead foot battle, we saw it play dividends there for Tszyu, Abner, as he took the lead foot outside of the right foot of Fundora and was able to really lay into that right hand.
And again, the time.
That'll be something to watch throughout the fight, as that foot battle will be prominent.
Right foot placement, right timing, let that right hand go. Tim Tszyu, this is perfect.
He continues to have that lead foot on the outside.
That's right, then he's pushing Fundora's jab towards the inside and trying to throw the right.
Yes.
It's a smart move. But it's a very awkward dance. You see where their front feet are.
Wow, another sniper like right, another right hand lands, and we saw Tszyu looking to catch and shoot as well, Abner, but he's finding a home to the right.
He found that since the very first round, and even more in this second round. Tim Tszyu, there it is, 3-4. We've seen 5 straight right hands.
Parrying the punches and landing the rights, flush draw. Another right-handed. Fundora not taking his head off center line.
No response from Fundora, and the reason for it is he's afraid to get countered.
And Tszyu is just so tricky that he's really got Fundora a little confused right now. He's putting his shots low, and he's making a mind.
Reflexive full counter from Tszyu, pulling back, avoiding the punches of Fundora. Very composed, very mature, breaks down his opponents, and continues to invest to the body.
Yeah, just nice little cute things by Tszyu. And then he gets to the body on one thing and he tries to go another direction. Tripped over their feet. He's bleeding bad. Fundora's bleeding bad.
Take it away. No worry about it. Восстанавливайся. Марк сделает работу. Восстанавливайся. А? Ага. Восстанавливайся. Съел бы. Восстанавливай дыхание. На.
Oh, wow.
Tim Tszyu is cut.
At the top of his head is massive.
That was at
I
the
just
very
wanted
end
to
of
look
the
at your
round,
head.
I think it was an elbow.
That's what I heard as well.
It's a bad cut.
Really not interfering with the fight right now.
Okay, so we're gonna let it go for now. Okay. All right.
Over here, champ. Time in! Stop!
So the doctor referee allowing Tszyu to continue soon with a 26-7 edge in power. Punches landed through 2 rounds. He's landing 60% of his power shots early.
And Tszyu's going to have to take some chances. He doesn't know if this fight is going to get stopped or not. The one thing is, the cut doesn't look like it's in his eye. It looks like it's high.
He is definitely coming out like a man who sees red. Fundora used to throwing 72 punches around, coming off his first knockout loss against the cream of the crop at 154. Held to just 36 punches for the last round, and he's on the receiving end of these shots. But now the crimson mask beginning to form on the face of Tim Tszyu.
And again, that right hand is getting in for Tim Tszyu, but he can also set up that left hook behind that right hand.
It's a jab of the irritant that is the jab from Fundora.
I guarantee that they told him to work on the jab. And right now, even if they didn't tell him, that's the thing to do. He's got it. And he wants to keep the distance and use that jab. That's a bad cut. And
Of course, it happened before round 4.
it's urgent that Tim Tszyu gets something done.
Right, here comes Fundora with the uppercuts, and now Fundora trying to fight his way back into this fight. Midway point of the third round, and Fundora with a rally. There's the jab from Tszyu.
And Fundora's bleeding profusely from the nose and mouth as well.
Nice lead left hook upstairs by Tszyu, but Fundora now in the front foot. The southpaw coming forward again. Tszyu with just 12 days to prepare for this towering inferno that is Sebastian Fundora. But man, that cut in the blood on the face of Tszyu becoming bothersome, and more bothersome with the punches from Fundora.
Tim Tszyu is wiping away.
Yeah, I can't see.
Fundora is really trying to take advantage of the situation right now. Even if it means he's going to expose himself, he's got to try to take out Tszyu right now.
Yeah, Tszyu keeps wiping the eyes, and the blood is definitely now, as you can see. I mean, it's covered his face. It's become bothersome. And this is an interesting time in this fight.
Look at Fundora's face, too. He's a bloody mess himself.
And yet it's Fundora's landing all the punches here.
Yeah, it seems like Tim Tszyu is more bothered about the blood that Fundora has.
Yeah, Tszyu looking to counter.
It's bleeding into his eye from his forehead. It's a high cut on Tszyu, and it's impairing his vision.
They never changed everything because, I mean, he was on the roll there with Tim Tszyu, but now with this cut, you can't see anything, and it's making it really easy to take Fundora and the other.
They better have the best medicine in the corner right now.
The cut man for Tim Tszyu is Mark Gambin. He has the toughest job of the night. And here's where the cut happened. And may have been the left elbow of Sebastian Fundora.
Well, they didn't have it on my monitor.
Right here, take a look.
Let's see.
He leans in. Watch the left elbow. There it is. The left elbow, the forearm of Fundora.
Yeah, basically Tszyu ran himself into that elbow by putting his head down there. It wasn't a clash of heads.
Восстанавливайся. Не думай о осечке. Надо боксировать. Надо боксировать. Надо запускать правую руку и левый хук. Внимательно. Держи руки вверху, когда делаешь эксченж.
And we are now in the fourth round. Plenty of drama developing here in Las Vegas. Huge start for the champion Tim Tszyu, but Fundora taking advantage of that cut of the head there, Abner.
Yeah, and they didn't ever throw off Tim Tszyu. Now Fundora's landing that jab, mastering well. I mean, Tim Tszyu just can't see with that blood in his face and his eyes. He's got to get back to the measuring. He's got to go again. The blood in his eye. You can't see that.
Oh, there's a lead left uppercut, right hand by Tszyu, but it's the constant jab now. Fundora lands a left hand, and unofficial score, Joe Grusin has it 29-28 in favor of Tszyu, the defending 154-pound belt holder. Another alphabet title up for grabs. So the unified championship at stake, and again, Fundora looking to make the most of this opportunity on short notice.
Well, the tide has certainly changed with this cut in the Tszyu. Fundora is giving him some new life, and he's doing the right thing right now. He's taking out the jab, he's using his long punches, and he's landing quite a few shots. You know, where Tszyu was really pressing him, now he's really connected.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's that blood that it's blocking his vision. He can't see anything at all.
The right hand by Tszyu continues to wipe away on his face, and that is masterfully displayed.
Tsyu's got to be careful. He's leaning that head forward, and Fundora's tightening him with that uppercut.
Jab to the body by Fundora, counter right uppercut by Tszyu that just grazed the chin of Fundora, but the jab and the bloody face becoming big problems for Tim Tszyu here in the fourth round. So again, if we get through 4 official rounds and the fight is eventually stopped because of the cut, they will go to scoreboard.
They will, and if, you know, this could be very touchy because right now Fundora's had the advantage winning that last round because of this cut.
Final 40 seconds of the fourth.
And he's winning this round.
Fundora's taking control now.
Fundora landing 18-9. Most of those shots, the jab, 12 of his 18 punches in this round have been the jab. There's the ones that landed. There's a straight left from Fundora turning. Soon moving to his left, which is, of course, right into the power alley of Sebastian Fundora, the southpaw. Fundora lands another left.
Отдыхай.
How we feeling over here?
Дима, ты сейчас восстановился. Ты сейчас восстановился. Поймай его на каунт, и сразу же надо вторую комбинацию. Каунт, удар, и сразу дистанцию сжимаешь, и в любой открытый таргет. Бей.
But you're still all right to fight.
Хорошо, хорошо. Все уже восстановилось.
Seconds out, seconds out, seconds out.
And the cut man,
You okay?
Gavin trying to buy his fighter another round here with the cut continuing to leak, and now Fundora again going back to the jab. There's a right hand to the body by the champion, Tszyu. Another left hand lands for Fundora, beginning to build the rhythm and the confidence, Joe.
He's doing the right thing. He's using his reach, which he doesn't always do. And when he gets into trouble, it's because he's in too close.
And you have Fundora and Tszyu now even as we are being subjected to buckets of blood here in this unified title match at 154. Nice left uppercut on the inside, but going left hand from Fundora.
Fundora's starting to wrap that left hand around the right hand of Tszyu. So you can see right there, he missed it. But he's starting to go wide on Tszyu instead of straight down the middle.
Fundora doing something that we haven't seen in many fights, which is use the distance, stay at range.
Exactly.
Teeing off with that left hand, but again, it's helping a lot, the blood and the fact that Tim Tszyu is right in front of him.
PBC pay-per-view taking it to the extreme here in Las Vegas. Blood and guts battle, and now Tszyu trying to find a way to get past the reach of Fundora. And now his form, there's a couple of right hands backing Fundora momentarily, but Fundora comes back, putting pressure on the champion.
Tszyu's looking for that big left hook right there. He's going right hand low, left hook high. And he's trying desperately to do it, but he's got to get close. He's having a hard time getting close to Fundora.
It was the left hook that was the beginning of the end for Fundora against Brian Mendoza, where Fundora dropped that right hand, but has his hands tied up now, and Tszyu looking to close the distance, eats a couple of left uppercuts on the inside.
Yeah, real quick, Fundora's bleeding from the nose and mouth. And let me tell you, swallowing the blood is much more dangerous than having it drip down your forehead. This could be a concern too. They got to keep that under control. That's bleeding profusely.
Great point. Joe Husin, nice lead left hand from Tszyu, and then Tszyu goes back to the body after.
A lot more body work from Tim Tszyu. I've seen that the straight right hand to the rib cage as well. You want to continue to do that. Set up that straight left, that right left with that right hand.
Right there. That was it. You called it again.
Double jab left hand from Tszyu, or excuse me, Fundora. Tszyu walking down Fundora, but unable to see as clearly as he would like because the blood continues to flow into his eyes. And Fundora looking to further blind him with the jab before setting him up with his noted left hand, and there it is.
Once you get back in rhythm of your Tszyu right now.
We are through 5 bloody rounds here in Las Vegas, the main event for the unified 154-pound championship.
Okay?
Yes, sir. All right. No problems breathing? No, sir. All right.
Nice.
Looking good, actually.
Hey.
Not a tail. You can't have a tail for the fight.
Back up.
You want to take a look or no?
Бей. Устанавливай дыхание. Больше хитрости. Показал вниз, пошел в голову. Показал правый, левый хук. И смотри на эксчейндж. Капа.
You okay? All right.
Round number 6. Immediately Fundora goes back to the jab while Tszyu tries to, well, he did land a shot to the body.
Again, he's trying to set up that left hook with that right hand.
Right hand lead, left hook over the top,
Exactly. Trying to work his way in again.
By Tszyu.
I think if I was in the corner for Fundora, I would tell him to start using the left uppercut a little more. He's missing the strong left hand.
Big right hook by Fundora.
Tszyu's got to be careful about coming in low because
he's leaning in with that head.
Exactly.
He's leaning in with his head, and Fundora's open to throw that left uppercut.
Now, I will tell you, if I might, there's 3 medicines you're allowed to use in Nevada, and they're very potent. If you use an avatine, thrombin, and adrenaline in coordination with each other, those 3 would stop a very deep wound. I don't know if they have that in the corner. It doesn't look like they do, but if they did, it would probably make a big difference. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well, here we are, almost at the midway point of this championship fight, and many narratives, many storylines developing here tonight. An incredibly strong start by Tim Tszyu, and then came the cut on the top of the head due to an errant elbow, which Tszyu, as we mentioned, walked into Fundora's left elbow, and since then, it's been all Towering Inferno.
Yeah, it wasn't like Fundora flared his elbow and tried to use it defensively. Tszyu actually just ran into it.
It was an accident, but definitely changed everything. And again, everything on Fundora, and he's doing it right. He's not getting too crazy. He's at a good pace, but again, you're always going to see Tim Tszyu try to get him to the inside.
There's a nice right hand from Tszyu, and there's a right hand to the body. So Tszyu again, his IQ always on display, and now and these are what, as a trainer, Joe, you know, all kinds of environments and circumstances that you have to overcome. And here Tim Tszyu, for really the first time in his career, facing real adversity.
Fundora just landed on, we were talking, a straight right hand, and Tszyu answered back with his own straight right hand. It looked like he should have gotten hurt from it, but Tszyu did not get hurt from it. A good shot.
There Fundora with the 1-2 out.
Yeah, Tim Tszyu missing more than usual. I mean, we're not used to seeing Tszyu miss that much. And again, it has to do with the eye. You can't see.
Well, GPS has been bloody. You're right there.
Yeah, of course. And obviously, the reach advantage.
Oh, missing with the left hand. Yeah, he's having difficulty gauging the distance. And you can only imagine what Tim Tszyu is seeing or not seeing right now as he's coming forward, though, marking again, but Fundora with the left. So we are headed to the second half of this unified championship fight at 154.
Okay.
Looking good. Low. Water.
I want to take a look at the starting round.
Восстанови дыхание. Сядь попрямей. Нормально?
Still good?
Sí, no puede hacer nada. That's all. Just touch him. Then when he throws something, touch him again. That's it. You don't have to lean. You don't have to be leaning forward or nothing. Okay. Buena. That's it.
Seconds out.
And we are about to begin the second half of this championship fight for the unified title at 154 pounds, Joe.
Just want to take a look.
Listen in.
You're good. All right. We're going to let it go. We'll keep working on it, okay?
All right, cool. Over here.
And the fight will resume.
Time in.
Look, he stepped out to the corner and the blood without even getting hit. You know? And then on the other end of the stick here, on the other corner, Hervius Scott, who's doing a really good job at controlling the bleeding from Fundora as best he can right now, because he's bleeding profusely.
And because of the problems with Tszyu's vision, because of the blood, Fundora now almost a 2-to-1 punches thrown advantage the last 3 rounds, and that is why he's been able to continue, although Tszyu, you have given the last 2 rounds to Joe.
He landed the bigger hooks, I thought. He thought he was landing the right hands and the left hooks. Fundora's keeping his distance, he's jabbing well, but I think Tszyu has been landing the heavier shots in the last 2 rounds.
And Tim Tszyu is 3-0 with 2 knockouts against Southpaws. Last one he faced them was 15 fights ago, and he's facing this 6'6" Southpaw on 12 days' notice.
It's that jab, that rhythm. This is the pace, the rhythm that Fundora wanted.
His fans and everyone who follows Fundora have always wanted him to establish the jab, and it takes a cut on the head for him to do it.
I've done a lot of Fundora's fights, and believe me, he normally does not do that. I've asked him why he does. He's out like the fight.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's going to come a point where he's going to start fighting in the inside of Fundora. I mean, he doesn't have to. This benefits him right now, staying in the outside. But he's going to get comfortable enough where he's just going to go in there and let those hits go.
He can ill afford the momentary lapse in concentration when he was up all throughout the fight against Mendoza. You would know that they would have definitely focused on that, and he seems here to be content, throwing the jab, following up occasionally.
No, the jab's looking great, but he's got to throw something after the jab.
Yes.
Okay, and what Tszyu is doing, he may not be jabbing shots, but he's hitting the body.
Yeah, that's an effective one. You're right. All those jabs, that right hand to the body by Tszyu is the great equalizer. And I do give body shots as important as those headshots these days. I mean, you know what? They're all scoring blows, brother.
Absolutely.
There's a right hand by Tszyu, a nice counter jab by Fundora. Now they're beginning to exchange a little bit more.
But again, it's not the same pace, not the same rhythm that we're used to seeing Tim Tszyu. Of course, there's a reason why.
Nice body shot from Fundora. Another lead left hand lands for
This is what he needs to start doing, besides jabbing.
Fundora 7-0 against previously or undefeated opponents with 4 knockouts in those fights. Tszyu comes in at 24-0 with 17 knockouts. We have made it through 7 here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Good left hand by Fundora.
Time.
Bring it around like that. Tranquilo, don't get overcarried.
We're looking good.
We already passed the blood track, right? Tranquilito, serenito. See how you're breathing?
How you feeling? You all right?
Joe,
Not breathing that
remember
way.
we had talked about Tszyu and the cut on the head. You had mentioned, hey, Fundora, nose, mouth.
Ему надо сбивать его руки. Не лови их на себя удар.
Can you breathe?
Not only breathe, swallowing the
Дыхание
blood
восстанови.
is very dangerous. I had a fight with Casamiro versus Corrales, and they stopped the fight. He had so many cuts around his mouth.
Yeah.
He was swallowing too much blood. They stopped the fight because of that.
We're easy in sparring, baby. All right?
But that blood coming out of his nose is doing great.
Yeah, the nose leaking like a political document here in this championship fight as we get set for more drama coming up. Can Tim Tszyu try to find a way past all of this adversity? Can Fundora continue to take advantage of that elbow to the head of Tim Tszyu back in round 3?
I gave Fundora that last round based on he started following it up. That's the jab.
And I wanted Fundora to follow it up also behind that. After he's done throwing the jab, left hand, follow it up with the right hook.
Fundora's thrown almost twice as many punches as Tszyu, and now landing him now 113 to 99, and it's all, again, in part, you can't take away what Fundora's doing, but I mean, Tim Tszyu became a much different fighter when his face became a crimson mask.
Look, he's trying to parry punches and wipe his face at the same time. It is really tough. I mean,
Oh, nice left hand by Fundora, lands hands on the jaw.
And I'm sure this was Fundora's plan all along, you know, to box, to use that reach. But the fact that the blood, that Tim Tszyu being stationary, not being as the pressure that he normally is, you know, it's making it easier.
Much easier than it would have been had he not been cut.
There's a lead left uppercut as Tszyu crashes the space. Goes to the body with the left hook, now in close, trying to just hit the body, just disturb Fundora's forward momentum.
It looks like they've let this fight go on this long with that cut on his forehead. So maybe he's not in jeopardy of having this fight stopped. If that's the case, he doesn't want to lose on points.
Fundora's jab is continuing to find a hole as Tszyu unable to move on center line.
But that's what I'm saying. So he's going to have to take chances and start bum rushing Fundora. Because Fundora's trying to control his fight.
You're so right. He's going to have to
testament to Tim Tszyu's character. Not many fighters at his level would have taken this fight on 12 days' notice with the stakes as high as they are, and against a fighter who's as tall as Fundora. Did we mention he's his son?
Every fighter's first title, right? I like fighting southpaws.
There's a body shot by
I asked you, Admiral, earlier, how many out of your 35 fights are thereabouts? How many southpaws did you say? About 3?
4, yeah, 3, 4, not that many. We tried to avoid it as much as we could.
It's Tszyu trying to avoid these punches from Fundora, but having difficulty doing so, still trying to burrow his way into the inside, trying to get to the body and the head of Fundora. Tszyu brought in American 6'3" Michael Fox and 6'2" Adriel Holmes to try to find a semblance of what Fundora's style might be at this time. But it's hard to do.
Not enough time.
All right, let's go back to earlier in the fight where the entire complexion of this fight changed because of, well, the complexion of Tszyu's face because of the cut.
Yep. There it was. Something simple that looked so harmless, like nothing really happened. You see Tszyu turn around really quickly. He knew what happened. He wiped it. He looked for his glove to see if there was blood. He knew he got cut immediately when he made that dip right there. So innocuous. It really just...
I remember doing Pride Fighting Championships in Japan, the big MMA organization, where they banned elbow strikes because the cuts, and they could stop on cuts.
It's like a knife.
Yeah, exactly. And here we are in a boxing match, not supposed to have elbow strikes, but you can see why the blood is flowing.
And it really didn't look like he hit the actual, you know, elbow itself, but kind of in a
forearm type,
a little higher on it.
Right. In any event, Sebastian Fundora will try to continue to capitalize on the adversity. He has his own, as we mentioned. He's got blood coming out of his nose and his mouth, but it's that reach advantage. The 80-inch reach of Fundora. He has a 9.5 reach advantage over Tim Tszyu, 9.5 inches.
And a 9-inch height advantage.
Thank you.
Key now for Fundora, just staying disciplined, staying at that range, staying performing like that, keep moving, keep using that jab, and make it easier. And like you mentioned in the last round, Joe, it's going to come a time where Tim Tszyu is just going to have to go. He's going to risk it. He has to.
Like they say, throw caution in when he's just going to have to do it. Because right now, I got Fundora turning this fight around in his favor. I've got one of the best left uppercut, but winning the last 2 rounds.
And have we seen Fundora hurt since when he got buzzed before the cut?
Nope. And Fundora just landed a nice little liver shot, too. His left uppercut right to the body. 2 little left hands, and he's picking away at Tszyu really bad. Here's where Fundora shouldn't get greedy, though, either. You know, he's doing so well.
And he's doing it. I like that about him. And you're right, Joe. He's not getting greedy. Jab, left hand, staying at range. He's getting his points. And there is going to come a point in the fight where he's going to throw hard punches, perhaps the uppercut. But again, if he follows up after that, that'd be great as well.
Exactly. Don't give the other guy.
Let's get and gory like a Tarantino movie. The lyrics from the M&A song, and boy, it is getting gorier by the second. Fundora, though, landing 8 jabs per round after landing 3 per round in his previous 5 fights. Less than a minute left here in the 9.
Penetrated with that right hand, but didn't follow up. This is, if he wants to have a shot at regaining his lead, he better start throwing more than 1 punch at a time.
So in the biggest fight of his career, due to the unfortunate circumstances, Fundora finally using the jab like so many pundits and fans thought he should do.
Good time to start. And again, Tszyu came in with a right uppercut, kind of came out. That was it.
Let's go to Claudia Torrejos.
Thank you. I got a chance to speak to Gambian, who's Tszyu's cornerman, cutman. He says the cut is deep, but he can control it because he indeed has all the medications necessary. But it's going to be hard to just not let it bleed. They are actually betting on the fact that Tszyu can box his way into a good punch and finish it before the last bell. It's been really difficult, but they have all the confidence that Tszyu has the boxing skills. I don't know what you guys think, but Joe, when you have such a deep cut and you can't see, is it really safe to let him go that long?
Oh, well, yes. I mean, the doctors seem to think so. The corners seem to think so. I would contend, though, that they probably don't have the medication that they should have in the corner. I'm looking at what they're putting on. It doesn't look like Advocate to me or throwing it. We'll see.
It is round number 10, and neither fighter has scored a stoppage win this late in the fight. And it's Joe, I mean, we look at your scores, and you have Fundora ahead now by a point, giving him the last 3 rounds, and maybe the judges could have given him the last 5 or 6 rounds, depending on what you exactly is right. And so it's incredible the turn of events here and what we're seeing. And Fundora showing the commitment to the basic fundamentals, Mr. Manes.
And one thing I forgot to tell you guys, and I'm going to mention that I had the same cut against Victor Chini in softball, and the way I beat him is like Joe said, I went all in. I went all in. I couldn't see. I just was throwing punches, made the fight difficult for him, difficult for me. But hey, you know, I tried it, and eventually I got the win. So I think that's what Tim Tszyu needs to do. Exactly that. Let those hands go. Let it rip.
Tszyu now going to the body with the left hook, the jab goes short-circuiting. Any attempt to build momentum, heavy lead right hand by Tszyu, lead left hook by Tszyu. Tszyu finally becoming more active.
Before those body shots, Tszyu landed a nice shot right hand to the chin that buckled Fundora a little bit, it stunned him, and then he had successive punches he ripped off. But
midway point of the 10th, and Tszyu is much more active than he's been recently.
It was like I said, last round, 1 punch at a time.
He's moving his head a lot more. Tim Tszyu, I like that.
Fundora also showing the effects. I mean, look at Fundora's face.
This is one of the
like a crime scene.
One of the most bloodiest fights I've seen in a long time.
You gotta see my suit. You see my suit?
Who do we send the dry cleaning bill to?
I wanted to use this tomorrow for Easter Sunday.
And less than a minute now remaining in round 10. Nice solid 1-2 from Tszyu. And there's a lead left uppercut by the champion from Australia. And they have got to be sitting with clenched teeth watching their hero Tim Tszyu, a national hero in Australia, and everything he's done again. 3 consecutive wins in 2023, coming into his own. But now here again, under so many, I mean, taking the fight on short notice, taking it against the high 6 southpaw, taking it now with all the blood. I mean, this this test
You should give him a couple of free rounds just for doing that. But, you know, look, every time Tszyu is scoring in this round, Fundora's coming back and getting it back and winning the round because of it.
Восстанавливайся.
Yeah, it was a good round for Tim. There's that little short right hand I told you he hit him, but that may have been the first one. But again, every time Tszyu, there's that body shot, and he threw a couple of them this round, but every time he did that, Fundora started to counter and get him back. Sometimes if you get hit twice, you got to get back 3 or 4, you know, and that's what Fundora did. Now, Tszyu had a good round, but I thought Fundora had an answer every time Tszyu landed on him.
Внимательно, внимательно заходи в дистанцию, бей кроссом, бей кроссом. Живот не забывай, там такая дыра. Каждый раз ты бьешь, оно проходит.
That is not Aventine, and that is not Throm that they're putting on there. That's probably a mixture of some adrenaline with some grease. That is not.
That's why they can't stop the bleeding.
That's right.
Round number 11 into the championship rounds for the unified 154-pound championship. Literally a blood and guts battle here between undefeated champion Tim Tszyu and the challenger Sebastian Fundora, who is looking to bounce back from a knockout loss to become a champion.
He's boxing beautifully.
I mean, even if Fundora was trying to counter and he landed some great left hands, but it was Tim Tszyu's pressure and you know, the fact that he's willing to go in there and trade, and he has to do now from now on if he wants to, you know, get these rounds and try to get in the scorecards. He has to.
It's getting to the point, in my estimation, that Tszyu's going to need a knockout. If he loses this round, he's going to need a knockout. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so as well. It's going to be hard to get there.
Yes. A minute 45 left here in the 11th round. The jab by Fundora, and Tszyu still trying to, but he's unable to get away from the jab. And there's the stats. The total punches through 11 rounds. Fundora throwing 616, landing 165, but Tszyu again more accurate, landing 152. So I mean, in terms of the total punches landed, not as big a chasm as the total punches thrown by Fundora.
No, Fundora's been landing left hands off of these jabs this round. Now, with the exception of that one right hand from Tszyu, it's been about 5 left hands to that one. Right there, it just doubled up again from Fundora. Then uppercutting up with a straight left hand in the blink of an eye. He's real quick with that.
Same with the jab, bothering him, throwing it, sticking it out there, and then the left hand from Fundora. Again, he's not trying to do too much, he's just trying to, you know, win this fight. Honestly, he's not even seems like he's looking for the knockout. He's just winning round by round.
Oh, look, he gave Ruben a break by going after him when he was controlling the fight, and he gave Mendoza a break too when he was controlling the fight by serving it up instead of doing this.
Let's go to Jordan Platt.
Thanks, Mauro. So I actually had the chance to speak with Sebastian's sister, Gabby, who's a world champion herself, and I said, what advice would you give him right now? She said, honestly, nothing. We want him to just keep it simple. Hands up, 1, 2, that's it. We don't need to complicate it. He's having success with that, so we just want him to finish the fight with it simple.
And there's his sister, Gabriela Fundora. If Fundora were to pull off this upset, the first brother and sister to simultaneously hold the titles, and Fundora winning the title last year, already having successfully defended it. And she is as animated as can be, as it's all about family. The father, Freddie, on the left of the screen, the sister, Gabriella. And everyone is emotionally invested, and I mean, this is...
You're right, great family.
Yeah, on the cusp of history.
And Mauro, if I might, Harvey Dock's doing a great job.
Yes, he is. One of the better referees in the business. And here we go, 12th and final round. History in each corner. Fundora was already the tallest man to vie for a 154-pound title, looking to become the tallest 154-pound champion ever. For Tszyu, of course, we mentioned it, looking to become the first Australian-born fighter to win a unified title here in Las Vegas. His father did, but he was Russian-born. And now this fight, you have Fundora up by 3 points. We don't know how the judges see it.
You always got to be careful now. Now you see that Tim Tszyu's going for the perhaps a knockout. He has to at this point.
Yeah, unlike what we saw earlier in the night with Adelino Gordo about this fight, we see Tim Tszyu knowing only 2 minutes and change left in what could be his title reign. And the fact that I mean, the character, the guts, the will of a guy like Tim Tszyu on full display, but not taking anything away from the intelligent strategy of Sebastian Fundora. Utilize that superhuman reach to your advantage, the genetic freak.
Well, he's finally using it.
At the best, at the most opportune time of his career.
Fundora's not falling in love with the fact that he's landing those left hands, keeping it simple, like the sister said.
Right, he's not trying to lay in hard left hands. He's poking and turning that fist, and the knuckles just hoping to land it.
And I'd heard rumblings that there was a rematch clause for Tim Tszyu, and there wasn't a rematch clause, but considering everything we've seen and what happened early in the fight, this may well indeed produce a sequel.
And it should. I mean, just, you know, for the fact that Tszyu took this fight.
Yeah, exactly, on 12 days notice. Giving the opportunity of a lifetime to Fundora, who last year receiving end of his first loss, and not just any loss, a knockout of the year candidate against Brian Mendoza. And yet he steps up on short notice, and now the fans rallying behind these two incredible fighters. 12 rounds, blood and guts warfare. Tim Tszyu somehow managing to stay in the fight, not allowing that nasty cut on his head that's been pouring blood into his eyes throughout the fight to deter him. Final 15 seconds, and we will let Fundora and Tszyu play it out as we arrive at the end of the first main event of the PBC pay-per-view era. Wow. And we look at the numbers. Tim Tszyu, 175 of 400 in terms of total punches. 57-21 edge for Tszyu in body shots, but Fundora landed more. 194 threw more. 721, and Fundora's jab. 93 jabs out of 437 thrown. That's 21% for Tszyu, 39 of 112 for 35%.
It sure seemed like Fundora landed more.
Yeah, it does.
What a performance.
What wild turn of events, and I mean, you know, I mentioned it, looking it up, trying to find the thing. You know, Floyd Patterson was the heavyweight champion, knocked out by Ingemar Johansson, came back to knock out of Johansson in the rematch as we look at the stats to become the first person to regain the heavyweight title, and now here tonight, Fundora, could he be doing it? Coming off a knockout loss and becoming unified 154-pound champion?
I think on my unofficial card, I've got him winning.
It seems that way, yes.
Okay.
With the net. We have the official decision. Ring announcer Jimmy Lennon Jr. is standing by.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards with a split decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Tim Tszyu scores the bout 116-112 in favor of Tim Tszyu. Judge at ringside, Steve Weisfeld sees it 116-112 for Sebastian Fundora. Judge at ringside, David Sutherland scores the bout 115-113 in favor of the winner of the unified WBC and WBO 154-pound championship of the world, the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora.
History has been made. The embrace, the first brother and sister to hold championships at the same time. Sebastian Fundora, from being knocked out to being on top of the world as the unified 154-pound champion. And for Tim Tszyu, tasting defeat, having his head split open due to an errant elbow, and then being subjected to a split decision loss to taste defeat for the first time. I don't want to say it will come with an asterisk by any means, but boy, did that cut change the tenor of this fight.
Absolutely did, and the thing is, our score here ringside was 116-112, almost in line with that last score, 115-115. So that being said, look, it was a close fight on two different cards. One had Tszyu winning, one had Fundora winning, and the third one had Fundora winning. It was a great fight, and let's hope they get a chance to do it again.
Yeah, let's go to Claudia Trejos.
Thank you, Mauro. Tim, that was a split decision, and the one thing we cannot question is your heart. After that cut, what kept you going?
Look, I told you, I'm an old throwback fighter. Whatever circumstance given, I couldn't see, but all credit belongs to the man who won tonight.
There was a lot of hope in your corner that you could actually stay in box. The blood obviously was hindering your sight, but you could still contact him. Was there any point where you said, I still got what it takes? I mean, a judge had you winning.
Yeah, you know what? These things happen. The momentum was rolling, swinging hard in the first two rounds, and then boom, you're blinded completely. So, look, this is boxing. This is part of the sport, and this thing happens. Congratulations to Fundora. He's the new king at the 154.
After this outstanding performance, because regardless of the cut, you still kept going, what is next for you?
Oh, look, we will bounce back. The arena showed up. I showed up still, no matter what, and I always bring the fight. So you know what? I was given 1 week, no excuses, but you know what? I'll fight whoever, whenever. Even Errol Spencer's here, I'll fight him as well. Even Terence Crawford, man. Y'all want a good scrap? You know who to call.
We're absolutely sure. You showed up wholeheartedly. Jordan?
Thank you, Claudia. Sebastian celebrating with his team as he should. Congratulations, you are now the unified 154-pound world champ. How surreal is this moment for you?
Like I told you in the locker room, we've been praying for this moment a long time. You know, I need it. And, you know, I'm just happy that Tim Tszyu gave me the opportunity, and my opportunity came a dream come true.
There was a lot of blood in this fight. That was probably one of the bloodiest fights I've seen in boxing. How did you push through that? Your nose was dripping the entire time. What was going through your mind?
You know, the first round, I was like, damn, I didn't want to bleed from my nose today, but, you know, my dad said it to our cut man. We've been bleeding our whole life, you know? This is boxing, you're going to get hurt, and you just got to be smart. And again, I've been telling everybody this whole camp, I'm going to use my brain. I'm going to use my brain. I hope you guys saw me use my boxing skill today, and you enjoyed it.
And Tim Tszyu is a world-class fighter. He did not give up, even though that accidental elbow to the head happened. He kept coming. Were you surprised at all with his toughness and that the fight kept going?
Of course. He's a world-class fighter. He was a world champion for a reason. The way I won my belt, it's an honor to share the ring and make history with him.
And your sister Gabby is here tonight as well. She's a world champion. Now you guys are brother and sister who simultaneously hold world titles. What does that mean to you?
It means the world, you know. Now I think my dad's gonna run for trainer of the year. He did this all in 6 months, you know. Without him, I wouldn't be anywhere. Without him, our whole family wouldn't be nowhere near boxing, so I'm very grateful, you know.
Now, you know, people always want to know, what's next? You're celebrating being unified champion, but I have someone behind me right here who is interested in fighting you as well. Errol, come and join us right here.
Hey, what's going on?
You said you would like to fight the winner of this fight. Well, here he is. What do you have to say?
Oh, it's time to get it on. He got the big dog now. Let's go.
Now, is this your first time seeing him in person? And what do you think about his height?
Yeah, it's my first time seeing him in person. I mean, he got a pretty good height, but we'll see. We'll break him down like we always do.
Was there anything you saw in his performance tonight that made you think, okay, I'm going to have to watch out for that?
I think he learned from his mistakes. He's a little bit more settled. He was using his distance, so I think he did pretty good.
Okay, and Sebastian, obviously I know you've seen Errol fight. What are your thoughts on a fight between you and him?
I think it'll be great. You know, he's one of the greats right now. He's one of the pound for pound, so if I can fight him and get a win off of him, it'll be good history for me again.
Well, maybe we'll see it this year. Thank you guys both. And Sebastian, congratulations. You are now the unified 154-pound world champion. Sebastian Fundora, everyone.